Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about my nighttime skincare routine, how I prep my skin to go to bed and heal itself while I'm sleeping, and all the things that I do to keep it moisturized, and the anti-aging things. I do have dry skin. I'm over 40, I'm over 50, but I'm no other decades beyond that yet. Anyway, we're going to talk about all of that, and some of these things I'm going to show you are for everybody, and some of these things are going to be of particular interest if you want anti-aging skincare. So let's get started. My lifestyle here in Phoenix is so much different than how it was in Alaska. I don't wear makeup every day. I do spend a lot of time outdoors doing stuff, like going to the pool or whatever. I'm not going to wear makeup to the pool, although I have a lot of makeup that would work at the pool. But I'm not going to wear it out there, usually, unless I'm testing something to see if it's waterproof, and then I will. Anyway, so a lot of days I'm not wearing makeup, but when I am, I like to take off my eye makeup with the Pixie Lash Nourish Makeup Removal Pads. I discovered these at Target one time. I've used a lot of different, waterproof makeup removers, some waterproof makeup wipes that just burned my eyes. These, they're so good. They're really effective, and they are gentle to my eyes in that they don't burn. It's like really distressed because I saw them on clearance recently, and I keep meaning to email Pixie and ask them, please don't discontinue these, because these are my holy grail. When they were on clearance, I bought whatever they had there, which I think was 2 or 3 things of them. They just have a little cotton pad with some stuff on it, and I usually use 2. Sometimes I can get away with 1. I usually take the first one and I get off almost all my makeup, even the waterproof stuff, with it, and then I go back with the second one and make sure everything's gone. I love these. Totally holy grail. I found them myself at Target, and if Pixie discontinues them, I will be distraught. I'm telling you, so many things have either don't work or they burn my eyes. And I don't particularly have sensitive skin, but man, I love these. Even if you have sensitive skin, these are going to work for you. That's the first thing I do. Gosh, Pixie, please do not discontinue these. The next thing I do is I go in with a makeup remover or a cleanser. There's 2 that I really like. This is Osmosis. This is a creamy consistency. You just put a little bit in, you go and take off your makeup. Another one that I was using before I got the Osmosis was the Derma E makeup remover. This is so good too. This is your drugstore version. This is your higher end version. You can find this at Derm Store, but I'll link everything below so that you can find it and see how much the prices are, since both of these were sent to me actually. And this has chamomile and cucumber, and this has lots of really great oils. It's so good for your skin. They make really great skincare. One of my favorite brands. I really like this, and I enjoyed using it while I had it, and now I'm using this. And those are my first cleanse products. Sometimes after I wipe my face with a washcloth, wet washcloth, I'm just done. And sometimes I want to take a second step, and I use Belly Anti-Blemish Facial Wash. This stuff is great, and it's huge, 6.5 ounces, and it lasts forever. I think I still have this much left or something. I found out from some of my pregnant friends that this is really pregnancy safe and everything. And it's called a blemish wash. I don't get acne. I do have the celiac sores that I get from gluten. This cleanses my skin really well. I've had some problems with oiliness, well, sweatiness, oiliness, and stuff from the health problems I had over the last few months, and so my skin was kind of weird, and this just makes it feel really good. It also helps my gluten sores. It kind of draws stuff out. You can use this like a mask. You can leave it on 5 minutes and then use it as a mask. And anyway, just really like it, and it's most often what I use after I've been to the pool to cleanse my face, get all that sunscreen off and stuff. Next thing I do, one of my friends taught me about this, and I was like, what? The Thayer's Witch Hazel. Get this at Target. Put it on a cotton round, and then just go around where your pores are, and it'll help. This one is lavender. I like it. It will help to shrink and close up the pores a little bit, as much as you can shrink a pore, but this really does help. And I go in with my Pixie Glow Tonic. I was so excited when they sent this big big thing to me last year for Christmas. It was a Christmas gift. It was very special. I just keep filling it up. And I do this in the morning and at night, and just go with another cotton round and use the glycolic all over my face. It is a 5% glycolic acid exfoliating toner. It's mild enough for everybody. It is a really awesome step in skincare. Then my skin is prepped. It's kind of hydrated a little. It is toned. And then I start going in with my serums and essences. The first thing I use is this Looming Glow Boost. Now, the first time I used this, this is a vitamin C product. It's a vitamin C serum. You can find it in the drugstore. It's about $25. The first time that I got this, I was sent it through Influencer, and I didn't understand how Influencer worked. So I didn't understand about doing the review and all that kind of stuff. But I've been using this about 4 years, I think. 3 years or 4 years. And it has absolutely changed my skin. You know, people often say, oh, your skin's glowy. Well, it started with the vitamin C essence. And this is the one that I started with. I mean, I had no idea how great vitamin C is for your skin. It's brightening. This has Nordic water. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. This has Nordic glacier water. I'm from Alaska. I live for Nordic. Hello. I mean, my skin grew up on Nordic water. Of course, we called it Arctic, but you know, Arctic water, Nordic water, it's all the same. This has 2 forms of hyaluronic acid, and it gets its vitamin C from cloudberries, which they call them in the Nordic countries, and we call them salmon berries in Alaska. So I thought, what is a cloudberry? I gotta look it up. And I looked it up and I went, it's a freaking salmon berry. So I you know, Googled, are they the same? Yes, they're the same. Anyway, I was super excited to find out that this has Nordic spring water and it has salmon berries or cloudberries. And then I felt ripped off because did you know that cloudberries contain the highest concentration of vitamin C out of any berry? I did not know this. And I was always told that salmon berries were poisonous, so we weren't allowed to eat them. And then I find out I've been missing out on this all my life. And I guess the Eskimos, they mix them with salmon roe, probably to make it more palatable or something. I don't know. I still wouldn't eat salmon roe, and I would not eat blubber either. But to me, this skincare product is so exciting because it has things that I already know that my skin loves and that my skin is used to and that my skin grew up on. And I don't know. It's changed my whole skincare routine. Even some of my best friends asked me, what have you done that's different? When I'd been using this about 6 months. And I'm like, man, it's vitamin C essence, man. It'll change your life. There are other vitamin C products that I use. Like I like to use this at night because this is what I started doing. I started using it at night. Vitamin C is an antioxidant and it'll help keep you safe from pollution, you know, help counteract the damage that you get from pollution. It's also brightening. But I didn't know about using it during the day, so I just used it at night. And I mean, that totally changed my skin. So I'm going to keep using this at night. I'm totally addicted to it. I do have a couple of other vitamin C products that I use regularly during the day. They're on my vanity. I will cover those when I do my daytime skin routine. I think you're going to like it. When you're doing your skincare, you want to go from the lightest weight to the heaviest. So I first put on my vitamin C essence and then I go in with my retinol. There are 2 different retinols that I have in my arsenal. I have Skin Medicare Retinol Complex. This is Age Defense System. I have the 1.0 and I've been using this for about, I don't know, 4.5 or 5 years. I used to use Lancome Resurface, which was my first retinol that I ever used, and then they discontinued it. And then my skin was very unhappy. And so I did a lot of research, and I found that Skin Medica had such great claims and such great success. So I started using Skin Medica. I decided that was the retinol I was going to go with, and I started with the 0.5 because they do have a 0.25, a 0.5, and a 1. And you want to be careful as you start a retinol. You want to kind of build up to it. So I started with the 0.5 and then I went to the 1. Retinol enhances your skin tone, your texture, makes your skin more resilient, and it diminishes the appearance of fine lines and coarse wrinkles. And if you have never used retinol, do it, because you will be so shocked when you see the difference in your skin. You'll be like, whoa, it totally erased my wrinkle. You know, and when you get older, you're just going to have more wrinkles. But I get compliments on my skin a lot, you know, when I'm out, like at the store or whatever. And people say, well, why does your skin look so much better? I'm like, well, girl, it's vitamin C and it's retinol. It's recommended to start with your retinols twice a week to build up to it. I have times when I can't use this because my skin's too full of the gluten sores, or they're in a particular phase where they're really irritated, and so then I can't use this. And so then what I use is the Osmotics R&R. It's called Renovage and Retinol Serum. It has a time-released retinol delivery that allows for a higher concentration of retinol in the product, and it's combined with the Renovage Serum, which was really well received in the community. Renovage is a patented peptide serum that smooths and firms. It has a ton of antioxidants, mega antioxidants. It fights free radicals. It's got aloe, jojoba, green tea, and they had this serum out for a little while, and then they combined it with a special patented form of retinol, which is a time-release delivery. It allows for you to have a higher concentration of retinol, but without the irritation. This is a really wonderful serum. This is what I use when I can't use this, or if this one gets to be too much for me. Sometimes the 0.1 or the 1.0 is a little too much for me, and so I go to this for a few days and then I build back up to this. Then I like to use a collagen serum. This one's from Derma E. They sent it to me. It's advanced peptides and collagen serum. It has matrixyl synth 6 and arginine, which helps reduce the appearance of deep lines and wrinkles, while this plant extract is a powerful antioxidant and helps support healthy collagen. So I like to use this. And then I go in with my Powerhouse. This is the Skin Medica TNS Essential Serum. Started using this a little over 2 years ago, I think, and I've repurchased it like a few times, like 3 times, and then they also sent me one recently. This is a stem cell serum which enhances skin's tone and texture, reduces fine lines and wrinkles. I'm going to read this off to tell you about this. This is really cool. See, it has 2 chambers. You kind of smack it, and then you put some on the back of your hand, and you mix it together, and then you pat it onto your skin. It has an unprecedented combo of growth factor formula, TNS recovery complex in one chamber, and APS corrective complex in the other. The TNS recovery complex is a human fibroblast conditioned media, and the APS corrective complex is a patented palmitoyl tripeptide 5, hydrolyzed silk, dipalmitoyl a bunch of things that I can't pronounce. But you should look this up. It has a stable form of vitamin C, which is a proven antioxidant, of course. Vitamin E, also a proven antioxidant, and free radical scavenger. We have scavengers in our backyard. We have raccoons. It has blackberry leaf extract, which is also a great antioxidant. CoQ10, green tea leaf, hyaluronic filling spheres, stem cells. You can use this twice a day, morning and evening. It's really expensive, so I just usually use it at night, although I need to start using it morning and evening, because I've seen a lot of success with this in smoothing and a little bit of firming and all that, and I would see more if I did it twice a day. I used it twice a day when I first started it a couple years ago, and then I thought, yeah, I'm doing good. I'll just use it once a day to save myself some money. But I haven't always been able to do my skincare while I've been sick, and so I'm seeing that I'm losing some ground by not keeping up on it. So I'm going to boost my skincare and start using this twice a day. Then I use my Skin Medica Lightera Serum. I love this. This is a brightener. It's a non-hydroquinone lightener. Use this 1 pump twice a day before moisturizer and sunscreen. It helps to even out the skin's brightness. It helps correct the appearance of hyperpigmentation. I've had a few issues with hyperpigmentation this year, and it really keeps it down to a dull roar, keeps it at a minimum. So it's really been helpful to me. They did send this to me, and I love it. I will repurchase, definitely. It enhances texture, promotes healthy looking skin, and it gives you a nice protective barrier on your skin. It contains mineral extract blend, something I can't read because my writing was so bad, some kind of acid, niacinamide, and tripeptide 30. Those are really great things to bring age defense and a younger looking skin. It improves clarity, evenness, overall appearance of most skin tones and types. It is for all kinds of diverse skin tones, types, and concerns. It will not cause acne, retinol-free, hydroquinone-free, ideal for skin prone to irritation or inflammatory processes, which is my skin. And it is optimized for after your chemical peels or your laser treatments. So that's awesome too. The next item in my skincare routine is something that I've been using for several years, 3 or 4 years or something. I've repurchased many times. I love this. I just have to have this. It is Blue Copper 5 by Osmotics. And yes, it is blue. I love this. I see so much difference with this from when I use it to when I don't. I have some puffiness in my face right now from steroids, but generally it's got my skin, you know, tightened up down here, and when I don't use it, my skin falls more. This keeps your jowls where they're, you know, non-jowly. This has a 5-chain pentapeptide. That sounds cool, huh? Increases firmness, elasticity, radiance, glow, evens out skin tone, calms redness and irritation associated with peels and dermal processes. It's for anyone who wants increased firmness, elasticity, and tone, preventing and repairing damaged skin and visible signs of aging. This is perfect for all skin types. It contains some triglycerides, tripeptides, vitamin E, vitamin A, vitamin B5, copper, PCA. Use it morning or evening or both. I love this. I just cannot not have this in my routine. Vitamin C serum, retinol, and blue copper. But if I could only choose one, well, I'd be really sad because I have to have all 3 of them. I just love this so much. I've been so impressed with it from the get-go, from the very first time I used it, a couple of days. I mean, I could see a difference in a couple of days. I love this. I put it up on my upper eyelids. I could not possibly tell you how much this has changed my skin. What a great find this has been. They recently sent me another one. I was so glad because I was just running out, and I just have to have this. This is my baby. I have to have this in my skincare routine. This has really been a miracle to me to keep that skin even tighter than it would be otherwise, and you know, keep my face a little bit north when it wants to go south. So, and I honestly can see a difference when I don't use it for a couple days, like when I'm sick and I can't use my skincare. I see a huge difference. And this is non-irritating, safe for when I have a celiac outbreak. I can use this, thank God, because I just can't not use it. The next thing I do while I wait for this to absorb is I use the Osmotics Necklatée. This is a neck and chest cream. This is the best neck cream I've ever used. It smells like oranges. It smells so good, so I know I'm getting that good vitamins. I love this. This has changed my life. It says that it targets the visible signs of aging and sun damage on the thin, fragile skin of the neck and chest and décolleté. Now, you know, I've had 2 neck surgeries. I have a lot of issues with my neck. I have terrible scarring from an old sunburn. I like this. It firms and tightens to restore tone and elasticity, visibly improves crepe paper texture and creases around the neck. With continued use, you'll see smoother, firmer, more youthful looking décolleté. Helps firm and support neck contours while reinforcing fragile skin with hyaluronic acid. Let me see, I didn't write down what all is in it, but I really like this. This is the best neck cream I've used. I've had good success with some neck creams. this is the best one I've used, hands down. It's moisturizing. It's got vitamins. I have the box right here. It's got some shea butter, some soybean protein. Let's see. Vitamin E, grapeseed oil, jojoba, retinol palmitate, which is vitamin A, orange oil, and vitamin C. I really love this. I'm almost out, so I'm freaking out, man. I'm freaking out. I need to order another one. They did send this to me. I gotta order another one because I'm freaking out. I'm almost out. Then I'll go and treat my under eyes while I let all of that sink in. The first thing I like to use is the Pixie 24K Eye Elixir. I have a couple of these. I have one in my daytime stuff. Just rub it around here, and I rub it around there, and I let that sink in. And I have one in my nighttime stuff because I like this. And I've seen some brightening effect with this. I really like it. It's a peptide serum. Helps to smooth fine lines, reduce puffiness because you're, rubbing it around here, so you're getting some of that puffiness out. And then I go in under the eye with the Osmotics Under Eye Rejuvenator. It reduces fine lines, puffiness, visibly firms and smooths crepey lids. I really like this. I really like how it feels too. Some of the things are acetyl tripeptide 5, palmitoyl tripeptide 7, a lot of tripeptides, some oils, jojoba, sweet almond, vitamin E. I find that it is working on my dark circles, I think. I think they're looking a lot better. So, yeah, I like this. They send it to me. I will repurchase when it's hopefully done. It will last a super long time. I tend to go in a little bit heavy with it, and I need to back off to make it last longer. But I really like it. I've been using Mountain & Get's Revitalizing Eye Cream for a couple of years. And one thing I really like about this is that it absorbs really quickly. It has amino acid peptides that help fight lines and wrinkles, marine algae, which is an antioxidant, sodium hyaluronate and panthenol, boost moisturization. It targets fine lines, wrinkles, puffiness, dark circles, balances and restores and brightens skin. It does all that. And it's really expensive, but I've bought this a couple of times, and it absorbs super quickly so that if you want to do makeup after you use this, there's no problem. I mean, there is no problem. It just absorbs really quickly. And most eye creams, as you might know, kind of could leave you feeling a little greasy up there and make your mascara run and everything. And this doesn't. I was just amazed the first time that I bought this, and it was just so good, so moisturizing, so healthy for my skin. They came out this year with a revitalizing eye gel specifically to be used under makeup, and I got this as a sample at Makeup Show New York. This is brightening, cooling, soothing, alleviates puffiness, hydrates, absorbs instantly, nourishes the delicate eye area, improves the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, and it has diamond powder which reflects light. I leave it in my YouTube room here, and I use it under makeup, which is really hard for me because I really enjoy this one. But, I figure I got to give that a good go. And it does absorb really well, and it's really good for under makeup. Another eye product that I use off and on is the Blue Copper Firming Eye Complex. If I didn't have the Blue Copper, I'd totally be using this all the time. But I just kind of am so used to taking the Blue Copper for face and just whatever's left on there putting up here. And then I'm like, dang, I forgot to use the eye cream again. I've used this quite a bit, and I like it. But I'm doing okay using the one product for both, but this is specifically for the eyes. So it's, got that different formulation for that different eye skin. Holy grail. Then I'll go in with my Blue Copper Prime for face. It says to use it in the day or at night. And most of my correcting skincare I like to use at night because that's just my routine. This has a bunch of peptides, ceramides, copper PCA, vitamin E. It's a powerhouse. It's made to target the visible signs of aging for over 40 skin. It's got this nice thing, pump kind of, so you just only get out what you need and you don't waste it. It's not exposed to air. It visibly smooths fine lines and wrinkles, helps to firm and tighten the face and tone the appearance of facial contours. Has 3 times the strength copper peptides, so it's a real powerhouse. Keeps skin looking smooth, firm, healthy, and radiant, and is for all skin types. Sometimes I use the Blue Copper Prime Sleeping Facial Mask, which give you an extra boost of moisturizing, an extra boost of blue copper. And I don't use it all the time because I want to see how my products do without it, and then sometimes I use it. It was provided to me from Osmotics. I seriously think this blue copper line is just sheer genius. It has really changed my skin. I mean, I see why it was made for over 40 people, because that's when you start noticing the sagging, the drooping, and all that. And this just helps it so much to go back to where it was before, or close to it. This has a whole bunch of ceramines, like a whole different kinds of ceramines, and tripeptides and polypeptides. Just tons of good stuff. It's got the copper PCA. It's got, oh my gosh, it's got vitamin E. It's just such a good product. I don't use this every night. I don't like to mask all the time. I don't know why, because this is such a powerhouse. I need to probably be doing it every night. I just recently got from Skin Medica this Lumavive. There's a day serum and there's a night serum. And so I started adding this in, and I forgot to mention it earlier, but I started adding in this serum. This is to protect you from blue light. I've been researching blue light, and oh my gosh, you guys, almost all the research up until this point in time has been on UV rays, and everybody knows UV rays are harsh. UV rays are damaging. UV rays are aging, and so we use sunscreen, you know, different kinds of sunscreen, which we'll be talking about that in another video. But we use different kinds of sunscreen to protect our skin and everything. But nobody ever looked at like the blue light range, the visible light range, and what it was doing to skin. And now the research that's coming out is like kind of scary. The sunscreens don't protect you from blue light, and blue light is really damaging. It causes dark pigmentation, like on your scars. You know how they'll, because I have scars, they'll turn dark around the outside. That's from blue light. You know, here we thought all this skin damage was from UV rays, and we're taking all these precautions. It's not all from UV rays, they're finding out. It's from blue light. UV rays are really tiny, so they have a lot of energy because they bounce like crazy. A little bit back, and the next slide is blue light, which has, you know, still really small rays, lots of energy, and it's very damaging on the skin. My gosh. And if you like research it and just Google it and read about it, and you'll be like scared. So I was super excited to receive the Lumavive, and it got me on this whole line of research one night, and gosh, I used this in where I use my serums, and then I used the one during the day before my sunscreen. Then I use my Mountain Gets Vitamin E Moisturizer. This has been a holy grail product for a few years. This is 8.5 ounces. They had sent me a little 4-ounce one to try one time. I had just the celiac outbreaks really bad. I couldn't use anything on my skin for a year. This was all I could use on my skin for a year. The vitamin E, as you know, is very healing. It combines, now that I'm using vitamin C, vitamin E and vitamin C combine together, and they both dramatically increase the efficiency of the other. I mean, they're both more effective using them together. They create like this superhero of antioxidants, and this has been super healing to my skin. It doesn't irritate when I have sores. I repurchased this a couple of times. This bottle will usually last me about a year, but I've repurchased it a couple of times. Really good. And then after I've done all of that, you know, I take a while doing that. I watch Friends at night and just do it, you know, as I go and as I'm answering comments and all that kind of stuff. The last thing I like to do, and I like to do it after I've got the benefit of the vitamin E on my sores, but I'll go in with the Scar Recovery Gel from Skin Medica. Ooh, this stuff's so good. You can use this on your acne scars. You can use it on any scar or incision that you might have. You just want to wait till it's healed and then use it. So when I'm having an outbreak, I have to wait until the sores are healed, and then I start applying this Scar Recovery Gel. I really like this. I was using the Derma E Scar Gel before that, which I've bought a couple of times, and I like this. This is the drugstore version. But this is like this on steroids. This is so much faster. Price is always a concern, of course, and this will eventually get you there, but it'll take a really long time. This just works so fast. It just helps everything to get flattened and smooth, and shrinks the scar. And I guess I forgot to write down what's in it, but it's so good. It is definitely worth purchasing. This makes a huge difference on my scars and how quickly they heal. And you guys, I got so many right now because I had that gluten outbreak, and then I had another gluten outbreak, and then I had another gluten outbreak all within 2 months. And so I had to go on medicine twice. I'm just finishing up my second round, but this is so helpful to me. It's so amazing. I haven't brought you a lot of drugstore options today because I wanted to tell you, what I'm using now currently in my nighttime routine. I can do a drugstore skincare review if you want me to. Tried to include a couple of other options, but I don't have like all the options I would give you here because, it'll be like a 1,000-hour video. So anyway, I hope you enjoy watching my skincare routine at night. I do have dry skin, so I try to pump it full of moisture. I also use the Skin Medica hyaluronic acid. It's HA5. I've been using that for a couple of years. I don't use it every night, so I just sort of skipped over it. But I don't use it every night. It's got 5 different kinds of hyaluronic acid, and to help, keep all that moisture in there. We are going to have a giveaway, and I'll either come back here and tell you everything that's in it, or I won't. It depends on if I remember. Usually on my blog you'll find the Rafflecopter widget. So just go there to enter. Thank you for watching. I hope that you'll share with me the skincare products that you love, because there may be some things I want to try. Please subscribe before you go if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you later.